some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Missouri Tigers offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time, and we'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game. Because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it with bullets flying live. So he's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, but what does that chemistry look like with the guy throwing him the football? That's what I want to see.
Well, and the good thing is you've got tape and you've seen he's done it at the college level. Like, you already know what he is. Now it's about taking that, using his strengths. How do you use him in this offense early on in the season to really take advantage of his talents?
They'll keep it on the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Let's see what they've got on second down. Leaves it with the back. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Fires toward the target. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch will be made just inside his own 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. So Clemson's offense will have its first possession of the game. This guy has all of the battle scars. He's got all of the trust of this team, David, as he has been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, and we've seen him. He's been very productive. He's proven his worth in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And now he's got to show them what he's about. Great opportunity to start it off. Can he be the guy? Can he be the catalyst that takes this team to the next level?
He really is a guy you root for.
Coming out aggressively. Makes the catch, and a huge play on the left side. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory, now 1st and 10 from their own 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. They go to the ground. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gives it on the option. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Let's talk a little bit about Missouri. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and They feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Looking to throw on third. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They'll try the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, the portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Wide open downfield. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got an open man. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after
there he goes. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Finds a man in the middle. And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Missouri wants to go fast. They'll run play action. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Never a doubt. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty is going to give the offense a 1st down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Finds his man down the middle. Bust through behind his pad. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Looking to get it in. Give him 6. Touchdown, Missouri! It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Power football with the run. Turns it on in midfield. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Quarterback keeps it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Got his man. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Working that left side now. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. To the air on first down. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
He gets into the end zone to convert, and they'll tack on a couple right before the half. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Here's the handoff. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. Throwing right. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken...
Turning it on! Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field.
Let's go!
Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. This time they'll go to the running game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Fires to the middle. It's complete. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on 1st down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Hey, guys, when you're down close to the goal line, you're allowed to run the football. They've tried to throw it now twice. On 1st down, they get sacked, and now 2nd down, they get sacked. They're going the wrong way. If they get into another situation like this as this game goes on, they can turn around and hand it off. Now you're almost forced to throw the ball now on 3rd down in the red zone.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
It's complete to the left. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Gashing the D on the right. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll run this play from the pistol. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. Got enough space. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Larson. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start this drive going to the air. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Wants to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hand. Passing game. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Hands it off. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Now from inside the red zone. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll go to the ground. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. It'll be a draw. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And, David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Briggs. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit, because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now it's 2nd and long. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Flips it out to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Under fire. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
This late in the game in the 4th quarter, they're in 4-down mode every single drive in possession, trailing by as much as they are. So down here in the red zone, you throw an incompletion, no-brainer. They're going to be throwing it again. Can the defense step up here and make a play?
Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get the edge on the left. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.